Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And in today's recipe, we're gonna make slow cooker mozzarella chicken. So all the ingredients I've already laid out. All you need is you just need some chicken breast. You also need some olive oil cooking spray. You also need your adobo, 1 can of golden mushroom soup, 1 bag of mozzarella cheese, and you need 1 box of stovetop chicken flavored stuffing mix. So, first thing I already went ahead and did, we're gonna go ahead and spray our crock pot, because the inside must be sprayed. After you spray your slow cooker, then you're gonna put in this chicken. Now, I have a fresh pair of gloves here, so that we can work with this meat. Now, of course, the recipe that we've done, we have made this recipe in the crock pot before. I like making it in the slow cooker, to be honest, because 1, it's very easy to make, and 2, now, let me explain this to you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get this chicken in. While I talk to you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and explain it. One of the main reasons why I like to make it in my slow cooker is because the chicken literally falls apart. Rather than with the oven, when you cook it in your oven, it doesn't like really fall apart. You literally have to grab a knife and all that, and you have to cut the chicken. And I mean, I like it both ways, but I prefer the crock pot because then your chicken gets more tender that way if you make it in your slow cooker, because then it cooks longer. Okay. Because in your oven, literally, the oven will takes about 40 minutes in the oven. All right, so we have our chicken in there, and I'm actually gonna move this. And I'm gonna get this thing close to me. Like I'm literally gonna take this pot out so it can get closer. As you guys know, I love to get closer to the. I like to have the pot close to me as close as I can when we're doing a recipe like this. So now that we've got our chicken in there, we're gonna go ahead and season it with the adobo. Now I am going to just season up this chicken much as I'd rather do. Now, you don't have to use adobo with this chicken, guys. You can use any seasoning you want. You can use what would be good for chicken? You can use like chili powder. You can use onion powder. You can use garlic powder. There's lots of other seasonings you can use for chicken. You don't have to just use adobo. I like this adobo. I like adobo so much in my cooking. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I use adobo when I make my yellow. You guys know when I make my yellow rice video? I like to use adobo on that too. Now all I do is I just take the adobo and I'm just literally putting it on my chicken breast. Okay, just like so. That way when it cooks, nice and evenly seasoned. Okay, and it smells so good. Now this adobo does have salt in it. That's one of the other reasons why I like to use this adobo so much. Okay. All right. So now we have completed seasoning this chicken. Now, we are done seasoning the chicken. Now we have to do the next thing, okay? This is done as well. All right, now, take our gloves off. And then next thing we gotta do is we gotta wash our hands because we just touched that chicken breast, okay? I know a lot of you guys in the comments have asked me, well, hold on, I'll be right back, guys. I know a lot of you guys, in the comments have asked me, and I think I mentioned this in my last video. You guys asked me, you guys were like, when you wear gloves, you gotta wash your hands, and the answer is still yes, because you're still touching raw poultry. Like, come on now, that's just a rule. So again, just to recap, I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put all the rest of the ingredients in the slow cooker. Now this recipe, this chicken breast is gonna recipe is gonna cook on low, okay? Low and slow for the next, I'd say maybe 3 to 4 hours on low, but those chicken breasts are pretty thick. So I've explained to you guys before as well with chicken breast that when you make chicken breast, it's now, of course, as we know, it's depending on the chicken breasts you buy, whether you buy them thick or thin, is depending on how long you cook them. I know my chicken breasts are going to take about 4 hours because of the fact that they're thick, and this meal is just, it's good. So next, we're gonna go ahead and put in, after we put in our after we seasoned up the chicken, right? We put it in, we seasoned it. That's step one. This is a process, okay? This is not a, now I'm gonna explain to you guys, this is not a recipe where you can rush it. You can't rush this recipe at all, okay? You can, but you're not gonna get a good end result if you do, okay? So I always like to take my time with these recipes. So the next thing we do is we put in our golden mushroom soup. Like I said, I'm replacing the cream of chicken soup with this golden mushroom soup, okay? So we'll go ahead and get our golden mushroom soup in. Now we're gonna essentially do the exact same thing with our golden mushroom soup. We're just gonna put this on each chicken breast. Now this is just as the oven baked recipe. This is just like the oven baked recipe. You're smearing it all over your chicken breast, okay? So you just take it and you smear it literally all over. Now it's totally fine if it doesn't cover up the whole chicken breast, but that's kind of what you want. You want it to cover up all this chicken. Because this is a lot of chicken, right? This is a lot of chicken to be cooking. Okay? And you can see. Now what I'll do is I may go back in and I might try to cover up this chicken, but I want to at least get this all over the meat. Now this is essentially your marinade actually. Essentially is what we're putting on, right? Essentially it's like almost like a marinade for the chicken. But this is going to cook on low for about 4 hours until this is done. Okay? And don't worry, this crock pot is going to be delicious. Okay, and I'm just seasoning it up. I'm just smearing it with this golden mushroom soup, and I'm kind of like stirring it a little bit too, just to kind of get all of it on there. Okay, so that is layer number. This is layer number 2. Okay, so in total, there's actually, let's see, how many layers to this dish? There's the chicken, that's layer number 1. There's the adobo, that's layer number 2. This is actually layer number 3. Layer number 3 is actually our can of soup. Now this soup is, I think the soup is condensed too, but that's fine. Now later on, when I come back into this kitchen, when this is done, we are going to add a little bit of chicken broth. Now you're probably asking, you're saying, oh, why do we add chicken broth? Well, good question. The chicken broth is so that way this chicken's not dried out. Okay. Now this chicken is going to be so good. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna do our cheese. Now this, we only have a little bit of this left. So we have to make sure that we're not, like, we're covering up the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna take a couple, this is layer number 3. Layer number 3 is our mozzarella. So you take your cheese, right? Now, like I said before, with the oven-baked mozzarella chicken recipe, the oven-baked mozzarella chicken recipe takes 40 minutes in the oven. This is not going to take 40 minutes. This takes longer to cook because it's a crock pot, right? It's a slow cooker. So as we know, anytime we use a crock pot, it takes longer to cook. So this is going to cook on low for about, let's give it 4 hours and see where we're at. It's almost 2 now. So we probably won't be eating dinner till a little after 7, I would say, right? Because it's already 2 o'clock. So we're not going to be eating dinner till a little after 7. That's okay though. Okay? Alright. Mozzarella cheese, done. Now, next ingredient. The last and final ingredient to this dish is our stuffing. But, of course, before we even get it in there, we need our scissors because we gotta open it, of course, right? So like I said, this was really easy. This was like a really easy meal to make. You know, it's a crock pot. And with slow cooker meals, now that I've trained to the point where I can pretty much make them on my own. Let me open this thing. Now that I've trained to pretty much make them on my own without help, I can pretty much make this meal in my sleep, y'all, okay? That's how easy this meal is. Now, if you want to make this recipe using, what is it? Hold on, guys, I gotta open this one. It's not easy as it looks. If you want to make this recipe using, let's say, maybe like chicken thighs, you can use chicken thighs. Those will work too. But I really like to use chicken breast when I make this dish, just because it's just the way that I learned how to make it. You know, we don't particularly eat chicken thighs a lot around here. We eat chicken breast. I like chicken breast though. Chicken breasts are so good, and they're so much healthier than chicken thighs. Like chicken thighs are like, I'm not saying anything wrong about the chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are good. If you guys like chicken thighs, go for it. Me, I like chicken breast. But chicken thighs, as I've mentioned, they're not as healthy as chicken breast. Chicken thighs are a little more greasier, and they have, now, of course, you can buy chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. I've done that before. You guys have seen my recipe for the slow cooker chicken thighs. If you guys want to see that recipe, you guys know where to go. You guys go to my channel, and you guys can look at that recipe. But whenever I make chicken, I like to use chicken breast. Okay? All right. Now, last thing we're going to do is we're going to add one box of this chicken flavored stuffing mix. Great value, great value chicken flavored stuffing mix. Okay? So let's put it in. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this right here. And I'm just going to put it. Okay, I'm just going to put it around. Now, as you can see, that probably didn't cover it, but if you take your, oh my God, guys, if you guys can smell it, it smells so good. Now, sometimes when I buy, like, stuffing mix, sometimes I buy, like, they sell, like, a lot of different stuffing mix. So, sometimes, now, I might just buy chicken, but I don't always buy the chicken. Sometimes I buy, like, herb stuffing mix. Sometimes they sell, like, herb stuffing mix, like, different flavors of stuffing mix. So if you don't like the flavor of chicken stuffing mix, then don't buy it. You can buy any stuffing mix you want. It does not matter. So this is how the slow cooker, oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is how your slow cooker should look. See, the chicken is at the bottom because we know that's closer to the heat. We have our cheese, we have our golden mushroom soup, and we have our stuffing at the top, okay? Like I mentioned, later on this evening, we will be adding some chicken broth, just so that way the chicken doesn't dry out, just for extra flavor, okay? Just to keep it real moist. That's the key. The key is to keep this crock pot moist, okay? So, let's go ahead and put it in. Let's go ahead and put it in there. And I'm gonna see if I can, now that we're done, guys, now we can actually move this crock pot close to me, and I can have it closer. All right, I'm gonna give my hands a quick rinse, and then we'll come back and we'll finish off the recipe. Now if you guys want to make any of my other recipes, then you guys know to go to my channel. You guys know to go to my channel, and you guys can check out my other recipes that I have on my channel. I have like a bunch of different recipes. I want to make, now there's a specific recipe that one of you guys in the comments were asking me to show you how to make, and it's my mac and cheese. If you guys go to my channel, you guys can actually find a recipe for a macaroni and cheese slow cooker meal. I have made a mac and cheese in the slow cooker before, but it's been so long since I made it, so I would like to make that again for you guys. If you guys want to see it, but you guys gotta let me know, okay? All right, before we even do that, let's clean up a little. We made a mess, as usual. I'm just gonna clean this up a little. Okay, so, but as you can see, you guys can see that recipe is very easy to make. wasn't that difficult to make. I mean, it was literally a couple ingredients. So, easy, right? Alright. So, let's wrap this up. So, lid on. My slow cooker, we're gonna hit power on. Okay, why not? My slow cooker goes to select program, and we're gonna cook this actually for 4 hours on low, and we will be back in about 4 hours to show you what this crock pot meal looks like. Do not remove the lid at under any circumstances. Do not remove the lid. Because if you remove this lid, you're letting out steam, and you have to give it an extra 30 minutes because you've opened it. Okay, that's just the rule. That's always been like honestly, I never knew that was a silk rule, but it is. You don't remove the lid, otherwise you have to add an extra 30 minutes to your cooking time. Okay, so we're gonna select program, 4 hours, enter low. All right, there you go. All right. Crock pot is on low. We're gonna cook this for 4 hours exactly, and we'll be back in about a little bit. That recipe obviously didn't take us too long. It's about 2 o'clock now. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll eat in about 4 hours, and we'll check the chicken out, and then we'll have to, we'll go from there. But 4 hours on low exactly, and then we'll come back and we'll check it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this recipe video, and we'll be back in a little bit. Bye, vlog on. Peace out. Boom. Okay, bye guys.